Hello everyone. So let me place my phone just in here. Okay. So here is a few questions that I have received from some of you. The first question is, will there be any long-term implication if I give my horse a complete rest during this lockdown? So a few issues about that, and there is also a very positive thing about horses that I start with it. The first positive thing is that horses are ready all the time to learn and to improve for better. So don't be too worried about it if you end giving your horse a very long time rest during this lockdown. So that positive side of it is there all the time, and you can always work on things and bring your horse back to training, and there is no problem. But two important things to be aware of: if your horse is very hardy and he become very wild and very attached to horses very quickly, and you probably know your horse in the past, how he used to be separated from his mother, from his friends. If he have a very strong herd instinct, then maybe if you can pay somebody or you do it yourself of bringing this horse from the field, just at least for feed and be on his own to maintain his herd instinct lower. If you leave a horse that he has a herd instinct issue anyway for too long out in the field, that might be the area of a problem. Anyway, if you can't do that and you have to leave your horse in the field for a few months, then all you need to be aware of when you do bring him back to training, do it gradually. And when you bring him inside, don't expect this horse to be absolutely fine when you bring him inside. Bring him inside gradually and do it gradually. So bring him in for 5 minutes and put him back with his friend. Bring him in the next day for longer, and like that. And if your horse is panicking, actually a few seconds will be enough. So go to the stables for a few seconds, come back to the field, go to the stables for more seconds, go back to his friends until he become better with that. And a lot of the time when the herd instinct is very high and very difficult, you see it as a disaster. The horse is really bad, rearing, panicking, pawing the ground. But believe me, this horse will be absolutely fine if you do it gradually and you help him to come over this difficulty of him being attached to his new friends, etc., in the field. I will move to the next question. We have a lady who was asking about her youngster that was started last summer. Until December they were working absolutely fine, and then the weather, they had floods, and because of lack of facility they could do nothing until now. Now she's asking where is good place to start from now to get back onto track. So that's to do with the foundations, how much foundations you have with this horse. What I always suggest is, first of all, make sure the herd instinct is low, the confident, and the horse is happy about to be where he is, and then move next to start with what he knows very well. So the things that your horse know very well for a long time, start from them. Don't start from where you left him. So let's say if you started teaching him to be ridden the last month or two, don't go straight into that. Go to what he knows very well. The groundwork exercises that he knows very well. The backing up, the leading, the something and nothing. And it's depend on the horse temperament. If the horse wants to move all the time, so let him move to begin. Work on the things that he like more and know more the first 2-3 weeks. And I always say, if you have a very strong foundations and your basics is good, you have always a place to come back to. You have always those exercises to go back to. So they help you to move on back to track. So start on the ground and move gradually and slowly to to the things that you was doing last. Normally it takes about 5 weeks to come back on track to where you left your horse, and that is not an issue. I have another question here. This is a nice question actually, with a lady who's teaching her horse some agility exercises, and one of them is the horse need to learn to step on top of the pole and go backwards before they move forward. Now the problem with that, sometimes if you have experience with the backing up exercise, when you back up a horse, not all horses pick up the feet and move backwards. Some horses drag the horse and move backwards. I have a few of them. One of them is Bayan. She dragged the feet backwards and dragged them without moving them at all up. So with this in mind, it means if you are gonna back up this horse over something that's smooth, it's going to move. And when that obstacle or a pole going to move, it's gonna scare your horse. So if this in mind, you're gonna need to do three things. One, if you already did this mistake and backed this horse and the horse panicked and he's scared, which this is the situation with this horse, and he's anticipating, that's every time she asked this horse to stop on top of it, now he started to panic and anticipating of she might ask him to back up, and this pole might move under him. So things moving under the horse scare the horse. Now, we want to teach this horse not to be scared. How can we do that? We're going to separate things, such as we're going to teach him to just walk over these poles for a week or two and trot over them until the horse do it very slow. This is the sign we'll be looking for. So we want the horse to walk over it very slow without us asking this horse to stop. Secondly, we want to find something that doesn't move. So either you attach this pole you're working on the ground and you make sure it's not going to move if the horse touches it while he's going backwards. And then you're going to teach your horse to back up when he learned to stand still on top of it for a good few days. Then you're going to teach him to back up with that pole that is not going to move. If you don't have this choice, then teach the horse that pole can move but not under him first. So roll this pole in front of him, roll this pole towards him until he gets used to it. In the meantime, you'll be training him just to stand still on top of it. When he gets used that pole does move, then you back up and taking the risk of it maybe to happen again, but the reaction will be less and he's not going to be too scared about it. But the best thing, if you keep this pole attached to something onto the ground or do it with another obstacle and back up the horse will learn to pick up the feet on top of it and not dragging it as he know since he's born. I'll move into the next question I have here. Sorry, it's windy a little bit today here, but a beautiful weather. I've got a 21-month-old who refuses to go into the tie barn at night. Rears up, pulls back, takes half an hour some nights even with treats. So my answer to this, for any horse to enter any place, if you want lead your horse into a place that he refuses to, normally there is two main reasons for that. Either fear, they are scared to go there, or they just know what it is and they don't want to go there. So they know, okay, they rather stay outside in the field and they don't want to stay inside at night, or it's a tying up area where we take care of our horses. You know, a lot of the times what we think and what we know is good for them, they don't think like us. So we know grooming them is good, and we know bringing them into the tie-up area for the farrier, for the vet, is good for them. For the horses, they definitely not looking forward for it. So to them, it's something negative. They don't really look forward for it. So they don't want to do it. Now, this is the reason. So we need to understand the reason first, then deal with the technique and the method to help this situation. What I suggest this lady to do is to teach the horse to follow her aids of follow me, either if she leads the horse to her, so to make the horse lighter behind his ears by pulling the horse and teaching the horse each time she pull, you need to follow me. When you follow, release. So this lady has to remember to release as soon as the horse give even half a step forward. When your horse give half a step forward, you release and rub and wait a minimum of 5 seconds, and then you pull again. Now the problem is most of us quite greedy, so as soon as the horse give, we want to take more, we want to continue drag this horse into the barn, etc. We should do the opposite. As soon as the horse give, we should release and give this horses a reason to trust us, and we say, I'm not in a rush to take it to this barn, is not a problem. And the treats, actually, I would leave them to the end. When you're inside that barn, give him some treats, give him some feed, hay net, whatever you wish. But while you're doing it, actually, if you're gonna use treat, use it only when the horse give anything forward towards you, then use it. If you use it before, it's not going to help as much. And with some horses, it's gonna actually take their brain into just where is the treat, why I'm here, and they'll see the treat as, okay, you're trying to make me, you so desperate for me to go into that barn, must be something wrong with it. So some horses can think like that. So what I suggest this lady to do, if she's pulling this horse towards her, use the technique of pressure and release, and remember the release. If she's sending the horse inside, so hold the stick, use the tapping technique, but start with an A pressure as a sign pressure, and then if the horse doesn't listen within 3 seconds, you might apply the sending, as we say, as a tapping technique, gradually until the horse move forward. Again, release as soon as the horse step forward and wait 5 seconds before you ask him again. And actually, if you take the horse away and bring him back, that will feel to this youngster that you're not very desperate about it, and he will actually try for you normally instead of fighting you back. So, okay, so this is all the 4 questions we have. I hope I helped you guys with these questions, and I hope you all keep yourself safe and just keep going with what you can. I know it's a difficult time for all of us in many cases, so please guys, keep positive, keep yourself safe, and enjoy your horses, learn more. I'm trying to do as much as I can to help. It will really help if you send your questions in advance, a few days before or even a day before. Please, I will be again, I guess on Friday, we will let you know on our social media. That's I will be live again, I probably on Friday 5 p.m. again, or maybe the morning. However, we will update you, prepare your questions, any question. If you have a question about solving problems or difficulty that you might be having with your horse, any difficulty, anything like that, send us your question and I will answer you here live. And in the meantime, I wish you all good days, and enjoy your horses as much as you can, and stay safe, and I will see you on my next live video, and see you tomorrow actually on my normal video.